And this is your locker room ticket where your ticket gets punched. You are in the house and we're going big time. This is the place you want to be for Bulls post game on the premier Chicago sports channel, the Windy City Breeze, the only place that talks Chicago sports how Chicago talks. So, the Bulls come away with a victory tonight, defeating the Utah Jazz 114-107. We're here to break it all down together. Whoops. That one. No changes here.
I love it.
My name is Marcus Couch, and now joining me live, we go to the pride of Northwest Indiana, a man with Harvard education on the ins and outs of the hardwood. He doesn't just play to win; he'll play to break your jawbone.
Oh,
Welcome,
man.
P.Kidd, to the show. What's up, kid?
I saw the transcript and I still laugh.
Yeah. You get a new analogy every single week.
The Northwest Indiana got me. It was like, I can't say he's lying because I live here now, but God, I hate saying it and admitting it. I don't even like admitting it for work. Man,
do you still say you're from Chicago?
I still claim Chicago through and through.
Okay.
Hey, whatever. I just benefit from the lower taxes. I like it.
It is what it is. So welcome, everybody. We got ourselves a theme song. I got myself a microphone and a new pair of headphones. And
looking good out here, man.
We're ready to go.
Looking really good. I got to step my game up. Step my game up, man. That's not good. This Yeti is not doing it.
My favorite holiday of the year, defeat Lowry Marketing Day, has come again. I'm stuffed. I don't know about you, P.Kidd, but to me, this was very satisfying in terms of this meal. I actually missed the entire first half, so I heard Lowry was actually cooking. And
23 points in the first.
Yeah, I saw part of the first quarter, but welcome everybody to the show. This is where we interact with you, chat, and everybody else on the internet. So feel free to tweet out the link and tell all your friends about us. Who's the first person that's going to come into chat and say, one of my friends just told me you guys are doing a post game? Who's going to be the first one? What's up, Baki? What's up, guys?
I like that.
So let's just let the chat roll. And
now, while they roll, let's break down some stats, man.
Listen, let's do it.
Get the win 114 to over the Utah Jazz 107. This could have been a revenge game for Lowry Marketing, but Zach LaVine and company spoiled that party. Run down some stats with our lead scorer, DeMar, the myth, the man, DeRozan, 9 for 20, goes for 26 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 80% from the free throw line, 45% overall from field, as I just ran down. Even shot distribution this game, which is what I like to see. Vooch coming in 8 of 17, 47% shooting, 10 rebounds. So he's 16 points, 10 rebounds, has a steal and a block out there, getting it done there. Zach, 7 for 20. Like I said, better than before. Didn't shoot so hot, 35% from the field, 16% from three.
I'll take the win. I'll take the win.
I take the win. A win is a win, right? 6. He gave me 5 assists. He gave me 6 rebounds. He also gave me a steal. I'll take the win. Io, Patrick Williams, each respectfully giving me 8 and 3. Kobe White, gotta say it. I don't like to say it, but I got to say it. Kobe White played a good game.
Good job, Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe White's out there just lighting it up. 60% from 3 of 5. He was 6 of 9 overall, 15 points. Chipped in 2 rebounds. Played a good game. Made some timely shots.
Kobe's going to be
with a double himself.
He's going to be a multi-millionaire next year.
Multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he is now, but I mean, he's going to make bank. I bet you he makes, wherever he ends up, he'll make at least 18. 18 a year, probably 20.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't see it.
Why? He's a firecracker off the bench, man.
he a streaky firecracker off the bench though. It's like depends on the time of the season. I mean, like, hey, yeah, we got 15 points today, but I mean, anyway, Drummond had 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
But shout out to the Utah Jazz who actually had the lead for most of the game, for a good portion of the game rather. Laurie Markin, and again, this is Marcus Couch's holiday, but I mean,
Yeah.
12 of 18, 32 points. He was 32 and 9. One assist. I'm not going to give him that, but he was 7 of 11 from the 3-point line.
Okay. Lowry, I want you to do really well, get tired, and lose. That's it.
And as a caveat, they have a better record than we do.
True. Not for long. It's almost even.
Not for
We were
long.
only 4 games difference. Now what are we, 3?
Hey, whatever. Are we 500 now? No, we're 9 and 11 now. They are 12 and 11.
Okay.
So yeah, there's the game difference.
They got
there.
3
But I mean,
games.
hey, with all that being said, Laurie led the charge for the Jazz. Played well. Kelly Olynyk gave me he was 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. First of all, why are these forwards and centers taking all these shots? 3-point shots. But he was 5 of 10. He was knocking them down. Hit
It's
a lot
that
of
thin
corner
air
threes.
in Utah, in Salt Lake City. It's
Is
that
that what
thin
it
air.
is?
The bigger guys get a little bit less. I don't know. I'm just.
Hey, now there's a player on the Utah Jazz I had really high hopes for. I was even pushing for us to trade for him. I was even pushing for a Kobe White trade for this player, THT, Taylor Horton Tucker. My man has not been
Good
living
player.
up to the hype.
Yeah, but he is still a good player.
Man, he looked like he didn't look good out there. Now he looked like Kobe White last year. He
You
looked
think?
bad. Man, he looked bad. I don't know what happened, but he doesn't look down like great at all. I have to admit that if we made that trade, we probably be taking the L. That's I hate to say. I don't know what happened to him. Good Lord.
So
What
I'm
is
going to show a screen here of the leads, at least the point deficits. And we kind of turned a corner, I'd say.
Oh yeah, Bulls took the lead and didn't give
Billy
it
got in that ass and said, "Hey,
back.
this is enough. I'm tired of this."
Threw on some Snoop Dogg and say, "Get it together."
Yeah. Yeah. So this was what do we have? Yeah, we were on a nice run there. That was great. But so yeah, Kelly Olynyk and Caruso each with what do we got? Steals, blocks. Okay. Tamar 26, Lowry 32. Vooch had 10. You said Drummond had 10.
Yeah,
When's the,
Vooch
when's the
had
last
10
time we've
and
had 2 centers with double doubles?
man, that's a good one right there. It's a good stat. What gets me is that he had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 minutes of play.
Efficient.
That
As you
doesn't
said.
take anything away from Vooch, but Vooch gave me 16 and 10 and 33 minutes of play.
That's why he's the greatest rebounder in history,
There
according
you
to
go.
him.
There you
According to what
go.
he says.
For his generation, hey, I wouldn't put it past him at this point. And whatever he's smoking, let me have some. Anyways, what did you see? What did you like? What does this mean for the Bulls as they go as they try to bounce back from their horrendous start? What are your take on it?
I love the Kobe White dunk on Lowry. That was obviously the high point of my entire game. Take that with you. You know, I'm really I'm just really impressed with kind of how these guys are taking their game and stepping it up when needed. Now, obviously, the last game that we lost was not that great, but
Mhm.
I'm happy with how we're playing up to these bigger teams and just face to face. I saw a lot of great charges. I saw a lot of step ups on defense that
Mhm.
we didn't see in the first 10 games or so. And I really feel like this team is coming together. I know everybody wants to shit on everything that's going on within the Bulls organization and Billy and all the rest of it, but these guys are on the road and they're on a road trip, and it isn't easy to travel and have to play this game at such a high level and do it away from home and away from family, and especially right after Thanksgiving and things. Zach's got a new kid, and I
Is
handed to
that
these
really
guys.
the thing that we're using as an excuse for him to play bad?
I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm saying that if they're going to persevere on a road trip and we're going to test the Bulls with some higher echelon, higher record, winning record teams, let's do it right now. Let's get that losing streak that we had out of the way. Let's find out that we can actually beat some good teams. And then later on in the year, when we really need to dig deep down in the fourth quarter, these guys will go, man, I remember in Utah, we had that same problem. Let's just dig, let's fight through that. Let's get through that and find a way to win. And that's what we hope for as our favorite team will do. Grow some heart, and especially P. Will with his latest comments if he thinks he's a star or at least a superstar. Dude, be a starter first. That's all we ask. Bite your tongue and smack that word out of your mouth.
Be a star in your role is what we want you to do. How about that? But you know what? I like the kid having a confidence in himself. I like him actually speaking up. I like him being more aggressive because we've gotten passive P. Will up until this point. So I'm happy to see that he's turning the corner, at least personally. And if he's given the opportunity for Billy to showcase his skill set, then more power to you. More power to you. I want you to do well. I want you to succeed. I want you to understand that we also recognize that this is the year that they would talk about extensions for you. So it's no mistake that you're playing more aggressively. I guess better late than never. But did I just kick my whole camera? What did I just do?
Ooh.
I changed my whole setup around. So I'm like, I have this thing. Never mind. But I keep kicking it.
On the screen, we see Mr. Superstar Patrick Williams.
Oh.
Yeah. That's his game tonight.
He really only took one shot? He only hit one shot? Huh? Oh.
Yep. Let's see who else we got. Unless
was that DeMar's shot try?
This is the whole game.
Oh man. Shout out to Robbie with super chat. I disagree. My ex is the rebound goat.
There you go.
Wow, Robbie.
All right. So here's Io. No threes today. None. Everything in the paint.
I feel like they're reeling him back in a little bit. I don't know why. I don't like it though. I don't like it because he's much more effective than how they're utilizing him. But that's me.
Draw him exactly where we need him. No threes, thank you.
What a nice Euro too.
Yeah, Kobe, all over, making them from just about everywhere.
He had a good game. He had a good game.
So here's DeMar. Okay. Even game, I'd say, for DeMar, right?
9 of 20, yeah. It's typical.
Let's go to Zach. Not a great night for Zach, yeah.
I like the fact that his makes a lot more in the paint. I appreciate that. I mean, he was 1 of 6 from 3, so you got.
Yeah, you know what, kid? What I saw this time around that I was very impressed with? Cuts. We were cutting this game.
Yeah.
That was really nice to see. So, all right, enough of our blather. What do we got out here in chat? Let's see. DeMar was kind of broke. Yeah. I don't know what it was. All right. Disagree. My ex is the rebound goat. New relationship in 5 days. I don't understand that.
So apparently he broke up with his girl and she's in a new relationship for the rest of the week. I don't know whether to laugh at it or feel bad for you, Robbie. I really don't.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a dark humor there. Billy's at the podium right now. He's really animated. So at this point, I would really love to. I have to go back and listen to it. But how do you feel about Billy and his adjustments? I mean, he really dug in. They made some adjustments. They got the lead, never gave it back. How do you feel about
Where's he speaking at? I want to get this in this. I want to get this in.
He is on Chicago Bulls post game. So Sean, I'm on YouTube TV right now.
Oh.
So
never mind.
I know, right? He is on Chicago. He's on NBC.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm in California, remember?
We'll have that queued up next time. I'll be able to play it for you. We'll do some of that for the post game as well.
Yeah.
I can contribute on that level. But I actually like his adjustments. I like his adjustments as of late. I think he's actually digging into the vets more. We're not so much focused on how to develop the younger talent, but he's really just focusing on the whole team and what to do. If Zach is cutting more things of that nature, that's because Billy done said, "Hey, you're taking too many of these."
You can see my brain loading. Damn right. I have
Hey,
so
you're
many
taking too
screens
many.
around me.
Bulls should have beat the Thunder. The Thunder are a good team. We keep
Yeah.
forgetting that these are all professional players. These are the top 500 players in the world. Someone's going to take an L. You know,
That
someone's going
Thunder
to.
team has so many draft picks. In
It's
like 2
ridiculous.
years, they're going to be insane.
Yeah, we said that 2 years ago though. So like they've had enough draft picks for the last decade. Um, let's break down the schedule real quick if you don't mind, because Bulls are
Sure.
actually 12th, still 12th in the East. We have a couple of things going and tough schedule. So we beat the Jazz, which I had as a very up and down thing. I felt like the Jazz were cooking and were together, so I'm happy we came out with that win. But
Yep. I
Wednesday,
predicted a win in this.
you did?
Yep. Because my
Hey.
line was Lowry, we know who you are.
um, well, we have the Suns on Wednesday. I personally am not a Devin Booker fan. I'm not a
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns fan. I frankly think that their best opportunity to win a championship is behind them, and I think now they have to make some adjustments. So I have that as a win for us against them. I think Zach is going to outduel Devin Booker, and we're going to have a really good game there. What do you think?
Yeah. I actually thought we'd go 3-2 on this trip.
Okay,
So we're there, right? Or we're 1 away? No.
we're one away. Yeah, because we beat. No, we lost against OKC. Never mind. So
Okay.
we
So we're
lost against.
2-2 on this trip. Correct?
No, can't be two.
Denver and OKC.
Denver, OKC. But we got 3 games left. So either way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. 3-2. And then I meant
We
this
botched that
week.
one.
I meant this week. This week.
So
Yeah.
we got 3 games left. We got the Suns, Warriors, and the Kings before we head back home.
Suns win, Warriors win, Kings loss.
I got a win against the Suns. I got an L against the Warriors. I got an L against the Kings.
Why the Warriors? Why do you think we're gonna lose against the Warriors?
We have nothing for they're so top heavy.
Yeah, but they're
And,
so up and down. That's the problem.
well, case in point, we use this game as an example. The same thing that is always open was open there today.
True.
Kelly Olynyk from the corner.
True.
Kelly Olynyk at the top of the key. Laurie
Yeah.
Markin at the top of the key, right? Laurie had 32 points, right? He was 11 of 17. I got Steph Curry, greatest shooter in history, legitimately. I got his partner in crime playing well, and Klay Thompson. I got Jordan Poole coming off the bench cooking. Nah. If we win that, great, but I'm not expecting us to win that. And the Warriors have been going through a slump. I'm expecting them to come out with some fire. And I think they looked at the schedule and said, hey, we should be able to beat this team. And they should be, to be honest with you, at full strength. The Kings is an interesting one for me because I always like to see the Sabonis and Vooch matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And I think that Sabonis is going to get him this time. I hate to be that Debbie Downer. I know every time we talk, it's like, why do I always have the Bulls losing? I don't have the Bulls losing. Like at the beginning of the season, I had them taking a lot of L's. At the end of
It's
the
not like we're
season,
rooting for them to lose.
I'm not
We're
rooting for
assessing the team as they are today and making that determination as to what we feel the matchup will bring.
Because as a caveat, we have the Wizards, the Mavericks, and the Hawks, and I got us winning all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
I don't think Luka is going to be able to carry the team as like people think he will because they've been in shambles. I think we always give the Wizards a good go, and I don't like Trae Young and the Hawks.
This is an interesting comment. I'm not sure who the Bulls shooting coach is, but they need some more drills to improve the team's shooting percentage. You're right. I don't see many of it. I don't see a lot of shooting but that again, that makes boring social media. I guess you really only see the 5-on-5s when they show that stuff. But I agree. I agree with that.
I don't think teams practice like they used to.
You think that's just a home gym type of a thing? I mean, or a summer type of a thing? I always see these guys when they're in summer training sessions with, you know, 5'5" guys that know how to dribble and teaching them moves.
With little
Um,
pads and like little
right.
it's like, yeah, that's gonna help me. Like, yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
does. So
This 115-pound guy with pads is going to equal Giannis in the paint. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's
I
just enough resistance.
yeah, you
You
should
know,
have to hit a tackling dummy and then go in, right?
that
You
actually
should
might be better.
legitimately hit one.
Um,
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's the place that we see these guys
True.
practice their shot, practice their craft, but rarely does it translate. Now, here's the thing. Of all the Bulls that you saw doing all this summer stuff, who developed a new shot this year?
Patrick Williams, to be honest with
No, he just developed
you.
shooting the ball.
Oh
The
god.
will to shoot it. That's all he developed.
Who developed a new jump shot?
Who
Nobody.
developed anything?
No, nobody.
Who's got a three shot? Who's got threes?
You,
Do you see a mid-range game from Patrick Williams now that he spent the entire summer with DeMar DeRozan?
so hear me out.
Okay,
The person who's developed the most and he looks a lot more confident on the court is Kobe White.
correct.
Kobe White does look a lot better. I'm not
Yes,
gonna lie,
100%.
and I'm happy that he does because as much as I've trashed him, I would hate to have been the guy to be like, "Yep, see, I told you he wasn't gonna make it," and then like he's Ben Gordon or something like that. Oh, that's probably a hard line. I hate the name drop like that. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, like you hate those
Shout
things.
out to the Rock and Roll McDonald's.
That's so bad, man. that's that's so bad.
I read the news.
I got you. I got you. Hey, we are at the second point of it. I gotta ask you this question. Let's do this. I gotta ask you this question. Um, if there's one thing you can assess about this team and make immediate adjustments as we move into the West Coast, and if I give you, I like to go based off the next 10. So our last 10 was horrendous. I think we were like 3 or 7
Mhm.
last 10. So in our next 10, knowing that we have the three ahead of us: Wizards, Mavs, Hawks,
Right.
Knicks twice, and the Timberwolves. What do you project our next 10 will look like as we head toward Christmas break?
Well, we've been pretty good in terms of staying injury free, don't you think?
So far, so good.
I
I know we're
mean, we're a quarter of the way through and nobody's really gone down with anything. You had a little bit of Dragic
yeah.
going down with a shoulder thing, and then you had Drummond go down, right? For just a little bit with a sprain or something like that. So we're really lucky in that respect. I think out of the next 10, 6-4.
6-4.
Yeah.
So if we go 6-4, it still puts us either at 400 or right. I mean, at 500 or right, either right above or right under.
Just a
A
couple games above, I
couple
believe.
games above should be. No, it would be at 500. So we're
Okay.
90-11. If we go 6-4, so it would be 15. We 15-15 at that point. Um, what would be your hopes and what would be your projection as to where we will land? Are we a playing team? Are we like legitimately a playing team though?
I think that we're going to make the playoffs. I really do, because you know why? Because of that JJ Redick DeMar DeRozan interview
Mm-hmm.
where DeMar was basically like, look, up until the All-Star break, it's just pretty much coast to see what we can do, and then it's the sprint in basically the back third of the season.
We're not that good to be taking that stance.
We got Dragic and Drummond this year.
I respect them, but I mean, good lord, like
Yeah, but we got Dragic and Drummond this year. That's a whole nother level of that going into that stretch on the back season. So I'm confident in that we're going to do better in the second half of the season than we are the first. And then you pop Lonzo Ball in there somewhere if he can come back.
Yeah. Truth be told, we're only 7.5 games back from first.
Right. The
So
East is not as stacked as everybody said it was.
I disagree on that. I do
Okay.
think it's stacked, but I
Well,
do think
yeah.
that because it's so stacked that you can go from making elite from being 11, 12, 11 to a higher seed, much like in the West. I mean, the highest seed in the West right now is the Suns. They're 13-6, but the Mavs are 9-10. They're 4 games back.
Right.
If they catch a good heater and the Suns just all of a sudden do what we expect them to do down the stretches, they choke a little bit. That's just what I don't know. Yeah,
Who you been watching on League Pass this week?
Brooklyn.
Really? How they doing?
Brooklyn has won their last. They won their last 2. Ben has played really well. Ben is actually is cooking. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Ben is actually cooking.
I gotta watch some of those games. What's a good one to watch for him?
Not against Orlando. Who they just played? They just played Orlando. The team before, they get 20 points and something. His last 5 games, he's been a different player. It's been a really, really interesting thing. And so you combine that with, Kyrie coming back. He's been averaging 20 since he's come back.
Right.
Durant has just been doing Durant things. He just dropped 45 and 7. I expect them to kind of get it together and be a top 4 team in the East. I really do. I know everyone wants them to fail, and no one really likes. I mean, for whatever personal reasons, but from a ball standpoint, if they can all stay on the floor, yeah, I got them as a top 5 team. I really do. I still do, despite everything else.
This question from Frank: can we really say Kobe has advanced? He's had good games before, but he hasn't been anywhere near consistent. Well, perhaps, but he is turning it on lately. And I would say that he's probably more consistent right now than Io is.
That's fair. I think the eye test doesn't lie. And if you compare how he looked on the court and how he positioned himself, was he in the right spots, things of that nature, it's night and day.
Right.
How do you look handling the ball, things of that nature? Not just shooting, because we know he can shoot. I mean, what I forgot what college he went to, but he's the leading scorer for that particular school. Like, all of these players can score if you give them the opportunity. I mean, Kelly Olynyk just hit 5 threes on us. Just think about it, right? But he looks so much better with the ball. He looks so much comfortable. He's letting the game come to him a little bit. That I can say that even if he doesn't have the same opportunity of playing 30 minutes like he did last season, he looks better in his minutes on the floor.
Okay. Well, yeah. Demand, the East stacked. It's just good teams records even out because so many competitive teams. Yes. If you count them up, there are an equal amount of wins and losses in the NBA at the end of the year. How about that? Right? I mean, it's true.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's a good one. Who are you watching outside of the Bulls? I want to know. I want to hear more about what Marcus is doing.
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
I just want to see Tibbs blow it up again. He's just fun to watch. Tibbs. He hasn't changed a lick.
No, he hasn't. He's not a good coach to me.
I mean, I almost think I'm looking at when he would never play Carlos Boozer in the fourth, but he'd just ride Taj till he fell over. On the fourth quarter. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No.
Ethic Miller, y'all think we're gonna re-sign Vooch?
Yes.
I hope we do.
Yes.
I hope we do. He's great.
We have no choice at this point.
Drum could opt in. You could ride Drum, but starter, I don't know.
The one thing I would say is Drummond is a better defensive presence. Never take that away from him. You have to find a way for them to coexist because Drummond does not and probably will not at this point in his career have the offensive gifts that Vooch has.
Yeah.
If you all want to see Drummond taking 10 threes like Vooch does at times, go right ahead. I'm gonna go in and sit there and say he's gonna go for 10. That's what I'm gonna sit there and tell you. I don't want to see it, but hey, more power to you if you want to.
Yeah.
I think the person who's not going to come back next year is Billy. I think Billy is going to. We're going to have to find another coach to make that leap. I think that's going to happen. And there's no hate. There's no hate against Billy, but you kind of know, and I think we know that this is not the coach.
That's true. You know what else I know, P.Kidd?
What's that?
As we're covering this win, and if you're just joining us, I want to take a moment to encourage everyone to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already doing so. This is where you can find one of the best live calls in the business in terms of, I watch the game, I mute the game, I listen to Pat the designer and Stefan the Don make the call, and Kidd, whenever you lurk in there, just like I do. It's fun to just pop in that room, isn't it?
It is.
It's like a secret thing. It's like I'm hiding backstage, and then, hey, what's up, everybody? No one even knows I'm coming in.
What they're not going to say is I was there since like the second quarter, but I was working. So, what do you want me to do? But anyway.
So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming up here in the show. To prove it, I can even let's see here. Yeah. So this will be my promo music. We're getting there, people. Listen, you guys want to know what I had to go through for this show today? So I got all this equipment, this microphone, this Rodecaster Pro 2 board, all this stuff. And it's like, hey, you need a USB-C in your computer to run this, money you just spent. And I didn't have one. So I had to order a card, put a card in today. That's the reason that all this is starting to work, just because I got that card. So I'm telling you, what are we doing with this music? I got to figure out how it all works.
The show is coming together. We appreciate it. The best thing about it is, though, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
And the more you do it and just have fun, the more people rock with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna, here's the thing, and I hope everybody to tell us in the chat if you guys think this is fun, the way that we're doing this and kind of growing as we go forward here. I just want to see in comparison if everybody, I know that some of you guys watch other chats, are there other channels in terms of Hayes or some of those other guys? There's this one guy that does he doesn't even show his face or barely even talks. He just goes through the stats. And he'll circle things and then type on the screen. It's really weird.
Yeah.
There's a guy on Twitch that does NBA stuff. Yeah. So we hope that you like what we're doing. And if you do like what we're doing, please subscribe, tell your friends about us, post it up on Twitter, everything else as far as the post-game show, and tell all your friends what you like about the show. And we'd really appreciate that. We're really trying to grow things. Another thing, if you like me or Kidd, you can follow us on social media. Check out my podcast that I do every week with Wise Black called The Bulls Podcast. You can find it at Bulls Podcast on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the rest. We're really trying to put forth a brand new effort on that one. And then P.Kidd, you can find on Twitter at 1P.Kidd, obviously here at the Windy City Breeze and all the rest of it. So we want to thank you guys for joining us for this one. The Bulls, a huge winner, 114 to 107. Let's kick the main theme on. Yeah. So this is the new theme song. What do you think of this theme song, Chad? This is like the crescendo. I actually think, Kidd, that I might do a different theme if we lose. Like something dreary and dark. And, right? You think that would be appropriate?
Hey, I would love to see it. I would love to see it, my man.
All right, Kidd, any closing thoughts?
No, man, Bulls get the dub. As always, man, we appreciate you all rocking with us as we do what we do. You all keep doing what you do. Just stay safe out there, all right?
All right. So long, everybody.